What's happening, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com, coming back to you with another video. We're in Salem, Mass. I'm actually on day one of my vacation. Just went for a beautiful run over near the water. And I want to talk about in this video, what's the hardest part of starting a reselling business? Like when I first started, what was the hardest part? Like what really was, I don't know what was the biggest challenge, or what was the number one thing that kind of got me from like not a believer, like does this really work, like to actually like making money consistently, even just a couple $100 a month. And I would say the biggest thing is going to be making those first couple of sales. I can't say it enough. You know, you could watch all the YouTube videos in the world. You could have a bunch of items at your house that are worth money, and you know, you could have this dream that you're going to make all this money reselling, but until you actually start to make those first couple sales, those first couple $100, you're not going to really be a believer. And I would say for me, the biggest struggle was like getting up those first like 20, 30 listings. And that's where you got to get to. You got to get to the point where, you list those items up, and, you know, you might not know how to take the best photographs. You might not know how to list the best way possible. You might not even know anything about SEO or keywords or any of that stuff, but you honestly just have to do the best you possibly can. Watch some videos, read a couple blogs, podcasts, whatever. There's so much great content out there. And just get those first 20, 30 listings up. I can't say it enough. And even if you don't know what you're doing with SEO, photography, maybe you pick up a bunch of items that aren't that popular, there's not a big market for it, like you're gonna get lucky. Like some of these items are gonna sell. And to even go a step further, you're probably gonna list something maybe at an auction for 20, 30 bucks, and it's gonna run up to like 150 bucks. It's gonna happen. There's just gonna be something that happens, right? There were some clothing items, some rare Levi items. I remember there were some Jinko jeans that I listed when I was new that ran up quite a bit, and I was like, whoa, like this actually works. Again, you can see everybody else having success. You can have this big goal, this big dream of like, I'm gonna make $10,000 a month. But until you start to make those first couple sales, that first, $200-300, or maybe that first $1,000 a month, like you're gonna become a believer. And once you catch that, I call it like the reselling bug. Once you catch that bug, you can never lose it again. I'm telling you, once you catch that, you're gonna be a reseller for life to some extent, right? Once you realize that there's items around your house, items at thrift stores, garage sales, auctions, estate sales, like there's items all over the place that you could find undervalued and sell it for a profit, you're never gonna look back. So for me, the hardest part, I would say, is getting those, like I started on Craigslist, like I started flipping bicycles. I was watching the Bonafide Hustler videos, and it was me purchasing those first couple of bicycles. I went to a garage sale, and there were a set of Specialized Hard Rock bikes that I picked up for $25 each. And I saw Bonafide flipping all these bikes, but I knew it was possible, but I never done it. I thought maybe I'm not smart enough, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I listed those things up on Craigslist, and I sold them for, I think, $125 or $150 each. I remember I was sitting at a Chili's with my buddy Ryan, and somebody contacted me and said that they'll pay $150 or whatever it was for both of them. And I ended up making like a couple $100 profit off those bicycles. And I was like, wow. Like I had to work at the Cracker Barrel all week long to make that money. And I literally just picked up a couple bicycles from a garage sale, jammed them in my car, destroyed my seats. I was an idiot, whatever. But all I had to do was jam them in my car, bring them home. And then someone came to my house and they picked them up. They jumped on the bike, tested it out, and bada bing, bada boom, the profits were coming soon. That's when Rake and Profit was born. But I didn't realize, I didn't think that it was possible until I actually did it. So you really have to get to that point where you just do it, right? You watch a couple videos and you list those first couple items. Maybe you find some items around your house and you just make it happen, right? Make a bunch of mistakes. It's okay. You're gonna make a ton of mistakes when you first get started. I did, you will as well. Things are changing all the time. But you're gonna learn from those mistakes. And if you keep going, if you don't quit, if you don't give up, I'm telling you right now, it's worth it. And this is a skill that will give you freedom, that will give you money, that will give you, opportunities for the rest of your life. And nothing and nobody can take that away from you. So hopefully this inspired you. Get out there, get after it, go make it happen. Much love, and I'll see you in the next one.